Hello, everyone. My name is Belvin Tawia, the head of marketing and communications here at the Africa Center. And with me is Mr. Oba Nsugbe, KC, King's Counsel. Maybe you can elaborate on why today was special.
Well, today was special because we welcomed the King.
Yes.
It's the second time he has visited the Africa Center in one way or another. He came in 1988, and it was important that he came to see where we are now.
Yes.
We've moved locations. It's a new chapter for us. We've got new imperatives. It's a different time for Africa. It's a different time for our communities. So it is important that the King came to come and hear where we are and what we're doing.
He seemed to be enjoying himself. Obviously, you were with him pretty much throughout this talk. Yeah, what were your observations?
He was exhilarated, not just by the music, because of course, as Africans, we can't move without music, but also by the conversation, and also by, I think, the sense of optimism that comes from the Africa Center. The fact that he met a number of very, very interesting people from our different constituents of our communities. And to be fair to him, he has a genuine interest in Africa.
Excellent.
So the discussion was all Africa focused.
Okay.
And that did excite his interest. So we all know that Africa is the youngest continent.
Sure.
And so that brings with it challenges, it brings with it opportunities. So we looked at the idea of what are young people who are going to be something like 1 billion in 30 years? What are they going to be doing? We also looked at the idea of the environment, sustainability, climate change. We talked about the impact of climate change, not from European angle, but from an African angle. What's the impact on Africa? And we had around the table, we had ambassadors, we had business leaders, we had artists, we had restaurateurs, we had everybody in that kind of ecosystem. And indeed, the King engaged in that conversation with his interest in agriculture and indeed his knowledge. He was very interested. Apart from that, he came to see our exhibition, Climate Change, Our Story, which is done by Africans. Some of those artists are based on the continent, which for us is very important because it provides that authentic voice, which is the Africa Center is, and also some of the artists are based here and the diaspora is our other constituency.
So it was really great to see, the crowds that were in the building. It's always special to see people in the space. That's what the Africa Center is about. But obviously there were many more that weren't able to, to attend today. So what will be your message to, our wider communities and audiences just around how they can be more involved with this new exciting chapter of the Africa Center?
Follow the Africa Center, show an interest, come to some of the meetings we're going to convene. We will get out there ourselves to some areas where we think we can make a difference. But we're very, very open to all views, open to all sides of our communities. We know that we're not going to get it right always. We know that there's a mountain of advice, of expertise, of support out there, and we have to find it. It's for us. So we're just custodians, but we realize very much that we're custodians of something very important, something that has its origin in Africa, and we must keep that focus on Africa. And so the communities, we open our arms and we say to them, please come, get in touch with us, follow us on Insta, follow us on LinkedIn. We will reach out to you. And when we reach out, please be ready.